I just be trying to get some understanding. I'm a mental health patient, so I be trying to figure out what's going on. Come talk to me. Let me know what's going on in my case. In Dallas, if you got a case, you go on trial, I should be able to see you within that year, not the last 90 days, and we going over something to work up a case.
June 3rd, yeah, I was thinking about March. So Mr. Williams is set for trial, especially, and my understanding, Mr. Manning, is that you have filed a motion to withdraw as counsel. Is that correct?
Welcome back to Legal Livewire. Today's installment involves Mr. Williams. This is a defendant who changes lawyers more often than Robert De Niro hurls insults at Donald Trump. After filing multiple grievances and losing yet another court-appointed lawyer, Mr. Williams now stands at the intersection of "I'm sorry, Your Honor" and "I didn't know I couldn't do that." The question is, where does he go from here when the bench has run out of attorneys to appoint? Grab your popcorn because this situation is about to get more twisted than a pretzel at the state fair.
That's correct, Judge. And just for the court's record, when that was originally signed, Mr. Williams signed off as agreed on that. However, it's my understanding through his communications with the court that he has no longer agreed to that. So I'm not sure what his position is at this point in time. But I would say, regardless of his position, I would still urge this motion to withdraw based on the reasons listed out in my motion. And they still do exist at this time.
All right, Mr. Williams, I'm going to give you an opportunity to speak here regarding any inability to communicate between you and Mr. Manning. What I want you to keep in mind is to not say anything about your case that in any way could affect your rights, okay?
Yes,
and knowing that a prosecutor is involved in this hearing, so anything that you say obviously can be used against you in this proceeding, in subsequent proceedings, trial, okay? So can you address for me why it is that Mr. Manning is requesting to draw your case from your perspective?
I don't know why you want to withdraw. I don't have no problem, Mr. Manning. I only talk to Mr. Manning. This be my fourth time talking to him about my case. I don't got no problem with it. I just wanted him to give me my motion for my discovery, my paperwork. That's it. That's all I was asking for.
Mr. Manning, can I go ahead and have you go ahead and argue your motion?
Yes, Judge. I'd say that there are situations that have gone beyond what Mr. Williams has put on the record due to the fact that he's filed multiple complaints about my representation, not only with the court, but with the state bar. Additionally, Judge, I had explained to Mr. Williams in the multiple times that I've spoken with him in our preparation for the motion to suppress, which I did argue before this court previously, as well as our preparation for trial, that he is not entitled to be given discovery, but he can review the discovery with his attorney in preparation for both those hearings, as I said, as well as for trial. I've given him opportunity to discuss and prepare for defenses, but his timeline seems to be a bit different than what I've laid out for him. Additionally, Judge, he's expressed to me his displeasure with his speedy trial being set out to June. He wants the trial. He was requesting a trial date sooner than that. However, Judge, I've explained to him that we have gotten a special setting, which is a specific date for trial that is set by this court, and that's usually done at the earliest available opening, so we have certainty for both parties to be prepared and try that case on June 3rd. Judge, it's my position that if I were removed from the case, that Mr. Williams would have sufficient time to have either an additional attorney appointed or retained who would be able to prepare for a trial hearing on June 3rd. That gives them well over 3 months to prepare for trial. In this case, the discovery and such that I've gone over, that would be sufficient time for additional counsel to prepare for trial. Judge, I'd also just point out for the court that I believe I'm Mr. Williams' third attorney, and I can't speak to what the previous attorneys did or didn't do, but I know both Mr. Weiner and Mr. Stevens and their work product. Judge, at this point in time, I would re-urge my motion. I don't think that, based on the actions that Mr. Williams taken, that I'd be able to represent him as ethically required to do under the rules and regulations of the state bar.
What is it that Mr. Williams is stating to the state bar? And you said he's filed multiple grievances against you.
Judge, he's filed a grievance as well as filed an appeal once that grievance was denied by the state bar.
And so what is he accusing you of, or what is he alleging?
Judge, I touched on some of those allegations, but without going into attorney-client privilege, I wouldn't be able to further divulge the totality of what he's alleging, but I did touch on some of those in our arguments earlier.
Mr. Williams, what are you alleging that Mr. Manning has done? You filed a grievance with the state bar, so you've asked the state bar of Texas to come in and sanction Mr. Manning for the way that he's representing you. What is it that you are asking the state of Texas through the state bar to do to Mr. Manning, and for what reason?
I wasn't asking him to do anything. I was just asking him to do his job. He said, after my discovery, he was gonna come see me. He called me out one day to get my mental health paperwork signed over before he can get the paperwork sent to him. He never sent it off. So I'm asking him, could he come and talk to me or something to let me know what's going on with my case? I had got him so quick after Justin that when we went to trial, we just talked at one time and that was it. He supposed to come and talk to me after we did the discovery. He never came and talked to me about the discovery at all.
Mr. Williams, can you just hire the attorney that you want to hire?
No, sir.
Why not? Why not?
Justin Warner took all my money.
You meaning that you retained him and then he withdrew?
Yeah.
For the same reason that Mr. Manning is wanting to withdraw, or for different reasons?
No, that was a different reason. That with Justin got my money and just withdrew off of it.
Mr. Stevens represented you as well, is that correct?
Yes. Mr. Stevens never came to court. I just be trying to get some understanding. I'm a mental health patient, so I be trying to figure out what's going on. Come talk to me. Let me know what's going on with my case. In Dallas, if you got a case, you go on trial, I should be able to see you within that year, not the last 90 days, and we going over something to work up a case. I asked him to file a motion to suppress the evidence to the court. I never got that. I asked, and all I asked him to come talk to me and let me know what's going on, where I can be at ease.
And Judge, if I may, just to be crystal clear, you can see in the court's record, I asked the court to take judicial notice of its record. We argued his motion to suppress, and I thought, and Mr. Williams thought at that time, that it went really well. We had some success, scored some points on that motion to suppress, even though the court denied it. We got some testimony I think is going to be favorable at trial. But Judge, as I said, my timeline and his timeline seem to be on two different wavelengths, and his actions have made it more difficult to represent him rather than easier to represent.
I didn't know that when to redo the board thing, I didn't know. I thought you're supposed to just fill it out and send it back. I didn't know it was it. I thought that was the end of it. But I mean, this was what it got me. I apologize to him for making the job hard, but I ain't trying to make nobody's job hard. I just wanted to get an understanding about my case.
And what is it about your case that you don't understand?
I'm trying to figure out what kind of move we're gonna go through the court, if he's gonna file, what kind of action do we have. He said he was gonna come talk to me after the discovery to explain to me everything was going on, and I ain't never seen. He said, I see if we go to court, don't go to court within 2 months, I get your bond reduction. I haven't seen, I'm just back there in my head, just, I apologize to him if I caused any type of harm to him, but I wasn't trying to get no cause, no harm. I was just trying to find out information where he can come sit down and talk to me, where we can come with an agreement where I'll be ready.
I understand, but do you understand what Mr. Manning is saying?
Yes. I apologize, Mr. Man. I didn't mean none of this, sir.
What Mr. Manning has just said is that while he's been trying to defend you against the state of Texas, you've now put him in a position where he has to defend himself against the state of Texas. So the time that he should be using defending you, he's having to defend himself against you. You understand? You understand what kind of situation that puts him in?
Yes, sir. I didn't know, and I apologize. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
All right, Mr. Manning, I'm going to grant your motion. Your motion is granted. You're allowed to withdraw. Mr. Williams, I don't have anybody else on the court appointed list that can represent you. You've gone through them all. I don't have anyone else. So right now you have no attorney. I'm going to remove your trial off of the special. I'm going to put you at the very back of the jury trials because I don't know when I'm going to be able to get an attorney. I don't know when I'm going to be able to try your case. So I'm going to have to go and try to figure all these things out. So these efforts that you've taken are going to delay your case even more. And it's through no fault of the court, it's through no fault of anyone else, but based on the actions that you've taken. So I will have my court coordinator reach out soon with paperwork for another attorney if I can find one. So I'm going to encourage you to reach out to your friends and family. If you can hire an attorney, then you hire one. If not, I'm going to need time to see if I can figure out how I'm going to get an attorney in here to represent you. You're on the you're specially set for June. I'm going to leave you specially set there, and then once I get a new attorney, I'm going to remove you from that special setting, and then we'll set you to another time. So at this point, your next court date will be June at the originally scheduled trial date, which was going to be you were supposed to go to trial on June 3rd. That's not going to happen now. So I'll try to see you before June 3rd, but I don't know when that's going to be. I'm going to have to go find a lawyer somewhere that'd be willing to take your case, and I'm sure they're going to want to investigate, talk to all these other attorneys that you've had to see if they may not even be willing to do it. So I can't tell you anything other than you're going to have to go sit and wait. Hopefully I'll figure out something soon.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Okay.